just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curve, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Zip your arm. Here I come. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Check. Crunch.
Now Leonard Fournette. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
At their own 32-yard line.
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Kill. Ran, touch. Tight. Ran, touch.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And some space here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 68 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill, 66 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 14-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Armstead. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Check the backer, check the backer. Put it on. Yes. Check it out.
Back to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. A give running right is Chubb. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby!
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Check nine, check nine.
A run here with Armstead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
First down, Jaguars.
Hey, look at that. 3. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Trubisky now down around his goal line. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. The 20, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 95 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On first down, again they go with Armstead. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
That's it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ. Chart the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the 1st half. You do have the entire 2nd half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Stop here, D.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, at their own 32-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, 62 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave one more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape.
Alert! Shit!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half. And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly. And we'll see how they attack here. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On third down, Trubisky. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated. I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
Come on, baby, let's go!
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum. See what they have up their sleeve. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
And it's
44, Mike, 44.
I don't even know why this.
Yeah. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
at their own 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go again with Scott. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He is going to find Hill here. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll try the draw now with Chubb, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
He's checking. Crash. Check three. Slam. Kill. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Silver.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Lock in.
On 2nd down now, it's Scott, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Y'all not ready. Check 26.
49, check 49.
They'll keep it on the ground. Scott. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They run it with Armstead. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll give it back to Armstead. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay with the run and Armstead. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Armstead on the carry. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Watch the twist.
3rd down, it's Armstead. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Boston Scott, 65 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10 on the carry. This is Scott. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Bang, bang, bang. Alert, 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 alert.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Scott. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Scott. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Seibert's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Armstead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll hand to Armstead, and he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
And they take a knee.
Trubisky on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.